I want to thank Buddha CEO Quantum Foundation, D.R. Karthikeyan sir, Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, and the entire Buddha CEO family for giving me this opportunity. What I'll be sharing with you today is my understanding. I am not a scientist. I will present to you their research findings, but I'm going to share with you how I too understand this very, very, very deep ancient science. Historians have spoken about it from different perspectives. How many of you all know the ancient Giza pyramid? This is also for me to see if you guys are awake. Yeah, so everyone knows about it. What do we call it? It's called the wonders of the world, 7 wonders of the world, but we call it an architectural marvel, correct? How did they actually do it? So I'm going to present to you my understanding of what pyramid technology is and how Pyramid Spiritual Society's movement is revolutionizing this technology. When you mean revolution is to attach a cause and drive a mass towards that cause. So pyramid technology is a revolutionary technology that can change the course of humanity. There's a book that I read many years ago. I don't know if it was a fiction or if it was a factual book. It was someone's imagination. But it was a beautiful book. It spoke about how Earth had 3 cycles of mankind that kept coming and was wiped out time and again. When humans chose to come on this planet, to incarnate themselves, to uplift this planet, there were 3 experiments. The first experiment was called the Atlantis. Earth was called Atlantis. Then Earth became Mu. And now today, as we know, Earth is Earth. Gaia, Mother Earth. Gunuang Padang Pyramid in Indonesia is a naturally formed pyramid that archaeologists are now dating back to minimum 25,000 years. Minimum 25,000 years. The Bosnian pyramid, naturally formed pyramids. In fact, Dr. Samos Monovic, a dear friend of PSSM and Patriji, discovered these pyramids. He's a historian. And during his excavation, he discovered that there were a lot of crystal caves inside. When he zoomed out and he saw a 360-degree view, an aerial view, he realized this was a naturally formed pyramid. Today, anyone can go to Bosnia, and he thanks to the Bosnian government. There's a huge research facility that has been set up on the benefits and how these pyramids actually got formed. They have intense healing powers, but we'll get to that later. So if you see, the technology that we're talking about, it's not absolutely new. It's not attached to a belief system. It has been done since time immemorial. The next pyramid, we all know this. 4,500 years ago. The pyramids of Meru in Sudan, 2,500 years ago. I'm going to use this. The Great Pyramid of Cholula in Mexico, 2,000 years old. So tell me this. We understand now that this is an ancient technology. It's been there since time immemorial. In the 1900s, there wasn't presentations like this. In the 1900s, the Giza pyramid, which is the most famous pyramid as we all are aware of. Whenever we say pyramids, the first thing that comes to your mind is the Giza pyramid, right? So there was this one gentleman, Nikola Tesla. Do we all know about him? We credit our electric transmission technology thanks to him. He looked at these pyramids and he was super fascinated. He kept thinking, how is it that these megalithic structures were actually constructed? And just as an experiment. Nikola Tesla is a highly spiritual person. Here in this conference, we're talking about a spiritual scientific mindset. It's very important to keep an experimentative mindset. Explore. So Nikola Tesla modeled the big pyramid, the Giza pyramid, into a really small miniature paper pyramid. And when he did this, the first thing that he noticed on the pyramid was the pyramid started to attract more light than the surrounding areas. He took to a lot of research to understand that there is something mystical about this. He's a scientist, but he wanted to know something deeper. He wanted to know what is so special about pyramids. So there are 3 things that he discovered. Pyramids collect and transmit energy. So they collect and transmit energy. Because he saw that there was light that was falling, surrounding, attracting more than the light it was around it. He also saw, when he saw the pyramid, that within his environment, the shape allowed for an energy flow to happen. Because he saw certain energy devices in and around that pyramid, which he was experimenting on, and he saw that there were fluctuations that were happening. Then he realized, and he always knew this, he always knew Earth has unlimited potential. We're taught in our science, in the basic science, that Earth has a magnetic south and a magnetic north. In our NCRT, CBSE books as well, we're told, there's how the iron filings mapped. We know about the magnetic power. But when he saw these pyramids and he saw the power that they have, he realized it can't just be, where is this energy source that this pyramid is getting from? That's when he realized that the Earth itself is a vast electrical conductor, and the pyramid's design helps it to tap into that. This became his inspiration to understand that we can transmit energy from one location to another without any energy loss. So in 1901, he created this Waldorf Cliff Tower. How many of you guys know about this? It's one of the most a pioneering technological advancement that was done in mankind's history, where he showed how we can transmit energy without using energy loss. But of course, for many certain reasons, lack of funding, he probably didn't get through. And that research stayed as it is. Though if you go online today, even on Google, and search for a patent, he still has the pyramid Tesla coil patented to his name. So pyramids aren't just ancient technology that was 2,500 years ago. There were just a few people in and around the world who knew that this is something bigger. He somehow knew that pyramids were connected to an ancient civilization, because it was not possible with the world that he was living in, with the kind of mindset, the society, the culture that he was living in. It was possible that this incredible structure could have been constructed. And so he used his scientific mind to devise how exactly the pyramid science works. But there wasn't a lot of research that was done on that. However, silently, very silently, somewhere in India, there was one gentleman who decided in 1980, he had gone for a conference, and in that conference he got this book, and the book's name was The Secret Power of Pyramids by Bill Scull and Ed Pettit. The reason why I'm fast forwarding this story is because we need to understand that time and again, if you are here right now and you're witnessing this momentous occasion, we all have a part to play. When Patriji found out that pyramids have incredible effects, that since 1900 till 1980, there were so many research papers that were printed, books and experiments that were done to showcase the benefits of pyramids. Now I'm going to show you some of the research benefits that were shown. The first is agriculture. So there was Dr. Alexander Golod. He was a Ukrainian defense contractor. He has nothing to do with meditation or spirituality. Ukrainian defense contractor who discovered that these pyramids actually created a magnetic field around it, accidentally. Even today, if you go to Russia, he's constructed a 132 feet high pyramid. They're not built at the standard angle of 51 degrees. They're called the Nubian pyramids. But the first thing that he noticed was when he kept the seeds under the pyramid, and those seeds were used to harvest and agriculture and harvest it, they realized the same crop that would get sick needed a lot of insecticides and pesticides to keep its yield high. Didn't use any of this. The plants didn't get sick. And the yield, that is, in a square foot of land, how much output can you get? That increased from 20% to 100%. Just by placing those seeds, those tiny seeds under the pyramid. So that picture is actually a live experiment that is done in Pyramid Valley International, where it's not just organic farming, friends. This is spiritual agriculture. We use pyramids as a technology to enhance the value of the land, increase its fertility, and improve the quality of our produce. Not only did Alexander do an experiment with agriculture, he also did an experiment with jails. So they did an experiment with 5,000 inmates. It was a sample study. There were few who were fed food with the salt that was used as normal salt, and few other inmates to whom food was fed. The salt that was used in their food was charged by the pyramid. When I say charge, it's simply placing that object under the pyramid, within the energy field of the pyramid. When that happened, the first thing that they noticed was the prisoners became way calmer. There was less aggression. Usually when we talk about enforcement, law enforcement, we see these people to be very violent and negative. But with the minute the salt, the very thing that they were ingesting, the energy was changing anatomically within their system that was making them calmer. His research is also published in many books. He's not the only one. There's a research by Patrick Flanagan. He did a very funny thing. And any of you all who want to experiment the pyramids can actually go down to MR13. It's a pyramid meditation. MR14. It's a pyramid meditation room with pyramids constructed, made of different materials, plastic, copper, paper, for you to experiment and actually experience this energy. So this gentleman, Patrick Flanagan, he decided he wants to put a pyramid on top of his head. Till now, all the pyramids were kept with objects outside. There was an object, external, inanimate object that was being kept inside the pyramid. So they thought, oh yes, it is possible. They don't have that same level of consciousness, the I that we call. So when this gentleman put the pyramid on top of his head, when they measured his brain waves, they realized he was able to go into an alpha state and a theta state very, very fast. He was not even intending it. But naturally, but coming into the effect, the energy field of the pyramid itself completely transformed. His brain waves became much calmer. I'm sure you all know that theta, alpha, and delta brain waves is when we're in deep sleep, deep calm state. There's another research, David Wilcock. Now all of this research, if you read on the internet, they'll say it's controversial. It's not been proven. It's not evidence-based. Because modern science has still got to figure out metrics and evidence-based research to try and figure out what exactly are the metrics that we can consider for this extra paranormal phenomenon. How is this happening? Who invented this structure? But the very fact that any geometrical structure holds energy. We too are a pyramid. Patriji used to say our nose is a pyramid. Any geometrical structure holds energy. When they're constructed at this particular angle of 51 degrees, 52 minutes, there's a beautiful thing that happens. My limited knowledge of science I'm going to share with you. At 1/3 of the height of a pyramid, you can do this experiment, okay? If you keep going round in a circle, what will happen? Apart from the fact that you're feeling dizzy, you will sense that there is a friction, a little bit of you can feel the energy. This is called centrifugal motion. Any object which spins creates a centrifugal motion of its own, just like Earth has its own centrifugal motion. When you place this particular structure at 1/3 of the height, they've seen that the resonance is so high of energy on the square base and equal side pyramid that that place becomes highly charged. It's like you put your phone in a power booster. At 1/3 of the height of the pyramid, maximum energy is received. So you'll see the shape of the pyramid. There's only one single tip where the energy comes in from. There's a single tip. The apex, the energy enters from the apex, and through the apex, across 1/3 of the height, the energy circles around. By circling around at 1/3 of the height, these beautiful experiences were experienced by Brahmarshi Patriji. When he got the first pyramid built, man-made pyramid built in India 40 years ago, called the Buddha Pyramid Dhyana Kendra in Kurnool. So you see, you have to take a step further. Science says many things. History has told us many things. But PSSM is bringing this technology back onto the planet. We invite everyone to start experimenting the process of meditation under a pyramid, and you will know the benefits. So the first pyramid was built 40 years ago, and I'd like to share an experience of Patri sir's wife, Swarnamala Patri ma'am, which I find very dear. Because I can give you sliders and say, oh, it has healing benefits, preservation benefits. She was bitten by a poisonous scorpion one day in the night. Bichu bolte hain use. She was bitten by a scorpion. So usually they say you have to isolate that because the poison is almost deadly. When she went and told Patri sir, the poison is bitten me, sir said, sit under the pyramid and meditate. Strange man, she thought. But she did it nonetheless. Whole night she sat under the pyramid. Next day in the morning, she was absolutely healed. Not even an evidence of that bite. What sir read in a book was practically put into experiment through this ashram, which is still open for everyone. Anyone can go visit. They'll get free food there. You can sit, meditate, read all your spiritual science books. Then another experiment started. Does the size of the pyramid also matter? That's when Pyramid Valley International, now almost 25 years old and much more, came into existence. The pyramid, if you see, not only every facet of the pyramid, every angle of the pyramid, every face has one element attached. So yes, the material does matter when you're looking at this scale. The environment in and around Pyramid Valley International has transformed completely. I can say that even for the next pyramid project that was taken up. So this pyramid is 160 feet by 160 feet. 5,000 people can sit inside it and meditate. The next one, the Pride Maheshwara Mahapyramid. Almost 10 years old. This pyramid is a magnificent structure because it looks like a spaceship. Every year for 10 days, Dhyanama Chakram from December 21st to December 31st, when we go to this beautiful place, you will experience all the paranormal experiences that are only written in someone's imagination or in science fiction books. You can connect with extraterrestrial beings. You can have interdimensional travel. My own experiences with pyramids has been that this pyramid can house 7,000 people underneath it. What does a pyramid actually do? I'm going to quickly summarize this. So this snapshot is just to tell you that PSSM is not just doing big pyramids. There are small pyramids, and today within India and abroad we have 10,000 small and 20,000 large pyramid sizes like this. So we have one in Dehradun, in Raipur, in Mumbai. Mumbai is a community pyramid right on the Mulund highway. The administrator there said, yes, isme kuch hai. When he built that pyramid, from that day onwards, he's seen that the traffic, the accidents, because it's on the main highway, it's on the Mulund highway, everything has reduced drastically. And he credits all of that to the construction of this pyramid. Then we have the Ludhiana pyramid, Swami Vivekananda pyramid, the Achalpet pyramid. We have a pyramid in Delhi as well. In fact, in Delhi, we have 10 small size pyramids, which are open for anyone today who wants to go and visit and learn. So I want to quickly bring to you what are the benefits of a pyramid. What are the most important things that we have to understand? We covered ionization. I'm going to talk about the angle, because sometimes people forget the angle. When you're experimenting, angle is very important. You can fill bottle from one bottle to another bottle, correct? You can transfer the bottle, water. But in that, there is a loss that can happen. There's an optimal angle where there's no loss. The water does not fall. And maximum amount of water is also flowing. In that case, when a pyramid is constructed at an angle of 51 degrees, 50 minutes, that's when there's optimal angle. It's called the golden ratio. There's another science and theory behind it for another time. So 51 degrees, 52 minutes is very important. Next, the resonance and energy amplification. So when the pyramid is aligned to the true north and true south of Earth, and if it is constructed, and if you're thinking of a large-scale pyramid, if it is constructed on the ley lines of Earth, the energy point, if it is already energetic, gets amplified 100 times more. This is just arbitrary number. I'm sure research is needed around that number. The other thing that happens is, pyramids actually interact with the zero-point field where quantum energy permeates. So, you will see downstairs there's a hall called Urja 5. There's something called the Wish Pyramid. A lot of people will say, what is Wish Pyramid? This again, you're going into belief system. But when you intend something in your mind, when you realize everything is energy, and you just have to amplify that thought, that desire, that emotion constantly, pyramids are your tools. When you meditate under a pyramid, and under the pyramid you intend something, you place that wish underneath it. And you keep on energizing that pyramid, the manifestation process happens way faster. So if you're looking really to transform your life with this pyramid technology, I'd invite you first to experiment it yourself. In my family today, in fact, the Delhi pyramid that I was telling you about is right on our terrace. We've been living under a rooftop pyramid for almost 10 years now. And I can tell you this, in my house, even though my voice sounds like this, we don't take any medicines. My father had severe neurological disorder. He was taking more than 17 steroids. But just by sitting underneath the pyramid and doing meditation regularly, 6 months, he stopped all medication. Completely. I'll tell you my story. I'm a CA student. How does a pyramid help a student? I would study only under the pyramid. I would meditate 10 minutes right before my studies under the pyramid. I would continue my studies under the pyramid, and I would conclude my studies and sit again for meditation under that pyramid. By the end of my 40 days of not only my study practice but meditation, I started to see even my exam papers in my meditation. I'm not saying that that's enough reason for everyone to start, but as a student, pyramids are great focus tools. We have to learn to use this ancient technology. Contrary to what other people might say as dependency, yes, meditation is absolutely crucial. With your meditation practice, coupled with these pyramids, we can amplify that technology. I dream of a world truly where we're free of using plastic, these wireless devices that are sending out these radiations which are very harmful for us. And for that to happen, we have to create a meditative world, a happy world, and a vegetarian world.
For details about Project Excellence, write to us at excellence@buddhaceo.org.